What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy, One Star a Week for you and now watching another episode of the Broke Boy Road to Glory. And good news, guys, we are back finally playing the entire weekend league. This is the first entire weekend league I have played, and I think over a month. And really, I just wanted to push myself to see if I could at least hit Gold 1, maybe push for Elite, everything like that. And as you guys know, yesterday we had a shocker of a day, and we left off at 14-7. But we also left off after making 350k profit after trying and selling Sancho, trying and selling Zanetti. We've been switching the team up a lot. We've been doing a lot of things, but overall it's been generally a fun experience. So that's why I've actually finished the weekend league. And you're seeing on your screen right now, we have 424k. Last episode, we had 1.7 million. So what gives? What exactly did we do to the team? Let me show you. So, as you can tell by the thumbnail probably, we have made a massive signing. This is going to be, I believe, our 5th Prime Icon moments we have tried so far on this channel. It's going to be none other than 92 rated Haji. And honestly, I think this is a card a lot of you guys are sleeping on. I haven't heard any hype about him, but they've given him a massive upgrade. Not only in the skill moves, but just look at the stats. 95 shooting, 93 passing, 92 dribbling. This really makes him look like an elite cam on this game, and that's exactly where we tested him in the 4-3-1-2 in the middle. And let's look at this card. He's 5'8". He has medium-low work rates. He's left-footed, as always, with the 5-star skill moves and the 4-star weak foot. As you guys know, I have played 11 games with him. 8 of them were in the weekend league. 2 of them were in rivals, and as you guys see here, he has scored 4 goals and gotten 3 assists, which is not the best contribution. Before we go any further though, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a big favor, hit the like button down below if you're new to the channel. As always, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home, as always, I appreciate all you guys at home for clicking this video. So, wait, look at this Haji card. I mean, right off the bat, you already know the obvious chem style for him is gonna be the Hunter. I mean, the only thing he's really missing with these stats is a little bit of pace. 84 pace, especially if you do somehow plan to use him as a left mid, is not good enough. But with a Hunter, theoretically, it brings it up to 94 pace, which looks a lot better on paper. Shooting wise, he has gotten an insane upgrade. I mean, 94 finishing, 97 shot power, 98 long shots. These are all insane stats. Passing wise, he has some of the best passing on the game. Let's be real. Dribbling wise, he's 5'8". Okay. He has 92 dribbling as the face stat, which looks great. My question here is the 88 agility with the 85 balance gonna be good enough in the sweatiest part of the weekend league, which is where we tested him? We're gonna see. Physical wise, he's still not that great. Okay, 79 stamina, 62 strength, 64 aggression are weak points, which we can't fix with a chem style at all. Looking at his traits, he doesn't really have any good traits, so that's another thing I want to talk about. Is that gonna really affect him? We're gonna see. Let's jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna let you guys know how I finished the weekend league, because we actually finished the weekend league for once, and I'm gonna let you guys know, is this Haji card worth it? Let's go. All right, so according to Footbin, this Haji card is gonna be costing you 1.2 to 1.3 million on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I would have to say no. Unfortunately, I can't recommend that card for this price. We're gonna talk about it though. Starting with the pace, he has 84 pace. And what I will say about the pace is it wasn't bad. I mean, he can get at the end of a through ball from time to time, but he doesn't really have that dynamic ability that you want out of a 1.2 million coin attacker on this game, that you want out of a Prime Icon Moments card. And what I will say is that if he fits your playstyle, if you're somebody who builds up slow, plays possession, I don't think it's really gonna bother you that much. But if you play long ball, if you like to switch it up and send through balls to your cam sometimes, this guy's not really going to be able to get on the end of every single one. He just doesn't really have that breakaway pace. He doesn't have the explosiveness coming out of the skill moves. And overall, I have to give his pace an 8 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his shooting. And yo, this guy pissed me off yesterday. I mean, I'm going to start this off by saying the gameplay in the weekend league was so bad that I felt like I had to test him in Division 1 today. So that's why I did. But in the weekend league, going back to that, this Haji card missed so many sitters. It was actually ridiculous. And I don't really think it's this Haji card's fault per se. I think the gameplay was just so delayed. I couldn't really score a lot of goals that I normally score with most players. But after using him in Division 1 for 2 games today, I did notice that his finishing was very reliable. His shot power was definitely noticeable inside and outside the box. And his attack positioning, despite him having that lack of pace, really made it easier to pass to him even when he was getting in behind. Overall, this guy's shooting is a 9 out of 10. Is he as clinical as the 95 shooting would have you believe? No, but he's still fairly clinical. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and I think this was the best thing about this card. This guy's passing was absolutely brilliant. Even in that sweaty, delayed Weekend League gameplay, this guy made consistently very, very nice passes. He always created shots for my players, and that was big because all I need on this team really is a playmaker with my Mbappe, with my Ronaldo always running in behind, and this Haji card fit the bill and more. Overall, this guy's passing is a perfect 10 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and I have a few things to say here. The 5-star skills were definitely a massive upgrade on him. It makes him better than any of his other versions because the 5-star skills that are effective on this game are just so overpowered, especially with them nerfing every other skill move on this game. His dribbling has a lot to talk about here. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to his dribbling. His close control, his L1, R1 dribbling is top notch. But what I do have to say is that in the delayed gameplay, you need somebody more dynamic, somebody who could explode out of the skill move, somebody who maybe can turn a little bit better. And this Haji card didn't really fit the bill there. He doesn't have that elite dribbling that a Neymar, that a Mbappe have, but he does have the close control that a Mertens would have on this game. So I will say, if you're somebody like I said, who likes to play possession, who likes to play very, very slow and make a lot of micro touches, left stick dribbling, everything like that, this Haji card's gonna do very well for you. But if you like to use 5-star skills and you like to use heel to heels, L1 fake shots, or maybe just hit the ball ahead of you and try to chase after it, this Haji card's not gonna have that kind of dribbling. Overall, though, I do think his dribbling is very good, and I have to give it a 9 out of 10. What separates him from the elite dribblers of this game is just that lack of explosiveness, and unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and there's not really much to talk about here. 79 stamina really ensured that he did last 90 minutes, but after that, he would need a sub. His strength and aggression, especially in delayed gameplay, really let him down. He's very small in game, and he got bullied very easily, so I will say that's a negative. Overall, this guy's physical is 6 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this Haji card? I think he's a good card, don't get me wrong, but for 1.2 million, I don't think he's suited enough for the meta to justify that price. And his weaknesses really came out yesterday when I was playing in the trenches of the Weekend League, the final 9 games of the Weekend League. I really noticed that it was easier for my opponents to defend him because he didn't really have that breakaway speed. He doesn't have the explosiveness on the ball. So he's somebody that you can easily mark out of a game if, let's say, you're playing a 5 at the back formation, or let's say you're just high pressing. He doesn't really have the elusiveness quite, or like the explosiveness to really keep the opposition honest, and his shooting is very clinical, but it's not quite top tier level. His passing is very good, so there are some good and bad things to this card. Overall, I have to give him an 8.5 out of 10. He's a very good card, just not the best card if you want value for money, in my opinion. Alright guys, so you might be wondering how I did in the Weekend League, and yo, it was a sweaty Weekend League. As you guys know, we started off 8-2. Saturday, we ended off 14-7. And I was wondering, do I even play the final days of the Weekend League, or the final games of the Weekend League? And when looking at the team of the week that was proposed to happen this Wednesday, I was like, yo, I gotta do it. I definitely got to play it. So I did. And somehow, we clutched 20-10. Our first goal one finish in a long time, and really it came down to the clutch moments and me making some in-game adjustments. And I think the reason why I struggled so much was not only the gameplay was absolutely horrible. I mean, it was some of the worst gameplay I've played in a while, but really I just had to adjust to it, and that's what I did. I noticed in my 4-3-1-2 formation, the fullbacks overlapping is not the best tactic. It just left me exposed because so many people on this game use a 4-4-2, and with me having my fullbacks overlapping, it left me exposed. So in the last game of the Weekend League, I was 19-10. I needed that win. I decided to play a little bit more defensively, and leave my fullbacks and stay back while attacking. It made a big difference. I also played with some of the tactics a little bit, so that leads me to believe I can practice more with this 4-3-1-2 formation to perfect it a little bit more. Another thing I will say is that in the last well, I would say the two games leading up to the last game of the weekend league, I had to go into extra time and win on penalties. We clutched in moments where we needed to clutch, and we finished 20-10. In my opinion, I shouldn't be struggling so much to finish 20-10 with such a team, so I do have some room for improvement there. I will be practicing this week. Let me know in the comment section down below how your weekend league went. I will be selling this Haji because I'm just not the biggest fan of him. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode, but until then.